Good evening, all of you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. We have only one problem. Do you people have a soft copy of magnetism booklet? I have a hard copy, but I believe this is the old version of the booklet. Problem numbers may not match. Or maybe they match. Let's try. Magnetism booklet. Exercise 4, first of all.
So 2 and 3 will take after 4.
2, I think it is done in some batch. So 2 will keep it pending. First 4, then we'll come to 3, then we'll come to 2. Okay.
Sir, 30.
Wait.
22.
First time में पहले बोलो. Let's go in sequence. 1 to 10.
8.
7.
Sir, 9. 4.
10th.
12.
Sixth part B.
Yes, sir.
14.
Sir, 18.
17.
The 22nd.
27.
Wait. 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 Okay. First, let us complete till here. First 27. Now, first of all, help me out if I am seeing this right. Somebody asked fourth question. Don't you think we dealt with in the class? Is this
So-
the fourth question that you are speaking of?
Yes, sir.
So
We
the
have done it.
part B, part C, I guess the answer didn't match. A and B
yeah.
were done in class. C wasn't matching.
Part C answer doesn't match. It's wrongly given, but you can cross verify your answer with Irido. All 3 diagrams are picked up from Irido. So just cross verify with Irido. Your answer will match.
Okay, sir.
Hope we can bump, right? Fix. 4 long wires. 6th question is 4 long wires, right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
4 long wires each carrying a
Also
current.
in that the part B there was a doubt. A part was done.
Okay, 1 second. Now please at the points A, B, C, D. Find the magnitude and direction of magnetic field at the center of the sphere. Magnitude and direction of the magnetic field at the center of the sphere. Magnitude of force per meter. Magnitude of force per meter acting on wire at point D. Okay, not an issue. Here I have the wire is a dot. Here I have a cross. Here I have a dot. Here I have a cross. So do I know this particular distance? 2a. Do I know this particular distance? This will be 2a, this will be 2a. 2 root 2a. Do I know this particular distance 2a? No. This will, current in the same direction will attract, right? Current in the opposite direction.
Yes, sir.
This will give me a force this way, this will give me a force this way, this will give me a force this way. Call this F1, F2 and F3. Resultant of F1, F2 and F3. Magnitude of force per unit length or per meter acting on the wire at point D. Now current is the same, I and I, right? These both will attract, these both will repel, these both will repel. Is this distance correct? This distance
Yes.
is 4a plus 4a, 8a, 2 root 2a. So F1 will be mu naught I1 I2 by 2 by 2 root 2a. This is minus j cap. Right? Net total force is लिख mu naught I1 I2 both are I, so I into I. This is minus j cap. F2 mu naught, this is force per unit length. I into I divided by 2a. F2 will be 2a. This is minus I. F3 को resolve करना पड़ेगा. This angle will be, this is 2a, 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 this angle is 45 degree. So F3 will have mu naught I by F3 this distance. I have taken this to be wrong. F1 this is 2a, right? For F1 this will be 2a. F3 it will be 2 by 2 root 2a. Right? Cos 45 I cap, cos 45 I cap plus sin 45 j cap. That part of the
So
whole
minus I cap, right? Cos 45 minus.
minus I cap, right? Just add them, that's your answer.
So then I guess the answer doesn't match because
sir.
like because they have given the x component as positive, which isn't possible.
X component.
X component of the net force as positive, and like we are getting it negative. So the answer key happens like is it wrong?
That's okay. There they might have committed a mistake of taking only the direction wrong.
Okay, sir.
This is cross, right? Cross. This will be repulsive cross, right? Only the direction will be wrong in it. But for that, add this, this will be the answer. Can I rub the board?
Yes, sir.
Seventh question. A very long wire carrying a current of 5 amperes is bent at right angles. Find the magnetic induction at a point lying on the perpendicular bisector to the wire drawn through the point of bending at a distance of 35 centimeters from it. Long wire is bent at right angles. Perpendicular bisector of the angle at a distance of 35 centimeters from it. This distance is given as 35.
So it
Right.
isn't a bisect, it's just written perpendicular to the wire. So won't it be along one of the wires?
Find the magnetic induction at a point lying on a perpendicular to the wire drawn from the point of bending. That means it will be this way. That means this will be this way at a distance of 35 centimeters from here, perpendicular to the wire. Perpendicular to the board,
Oh, okay, so but
right? That means slightly you have to visualize. You want the magnetic field here. So this is a semi-infinite wire. Similarly, this is a semi-infinite wire. Add both of them, vectorial, right?
Yes,
sir,
sir.
and direction of current in one of the wires will be opposite, right?
It comes this way, right? That's it. Right? Because of this, the magnetic field here will be downwards. Because of this, the magnetic field here will be towards me. Observe this. Let me assume this to be 35 centimeters. Because of this, the magnetic field here will be downwards in the plane of the board. Because of this, the magnetic field will be towards me, parallel to the board. Are you able to visualize this?
Yes, sir.
This is also semi-infinite wire. This is also semi-infinite wire. Should not be a problem thereafter.
Yes, sir.
In this subtopic, wherever you are getting stuck up, it will be because of the 3D structure that they want you to visualize. That will be the only problem. 8. A Non-conducting thin disk of radius r carrying charge uniformly over one side. As a surface charge density sigma rotates about its axis with an angular velocity of omega. Find the magnetic induction at the center of the disk. Magnetic induction B, and the magnetic moment of the disk. Magnetic moment of the disk is mu. So what will you do? You will consider an element of thickness x, of radius x and thickness dx. If it is rotating with an angular velocity omega, what will be the current in it? dq by, this is dq by 2 pi by omega. What is dq? Sigma into 2 pi x into dx. Omega divided by 2 pi. 2 pi will go. Sigma x omega dx will be the current. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Once I get the current, you want the magnetic field at the center of this. Magnetic field at the center of this is mu naught I by 2x. Mu naught sigma omega x dx divided by 2x. X and x will get cancelled. Integrate this from 0 to r. This is the magnetic field. Now, what is the dipole moment mu? This is I into pi x square. You already calculated I. This will be sigma omega. Keep pi also outside. Sigma omega pi x cube dx will be d mu. Integrate d mu 0 to r should not be a problem thereafter.
So done, sir.
Done, sir.
No, 9. Non-conducting sphere of radius r. Non-conducting sphere of radius r. Charged uniformly with surface charge density, this rotates with an angular velocity of omega. Passing through its center. Find the magnetic induction at the center of the sphere. You have got sigma all throughout this. Consider an elemental ring. Consider an elemental ring. If this is theta, this will be d theta. This is r d theta. This is r sin theta. Right? D mu is not asked. Now, what will be the current I? I will be dq by time period. dq is sigma 2 pi r sin theta into r d theta divided by 2 pi by omega. Sigma into surface area divided by the time period is 2 pi by omega. But once I know the current carrying ring will produce how much magnetic field here? This distance is r cos theta. You know the magnetic field because of a ring is mu naught I r square upon 2 into, I'll call this a square to avoid confusion. A square plus x square to the power 3 by 2. You know the value of current. You know the radius of the ring is r sin theta. You know x is r cos theta. Mu naught, I'll keep current as it is. You can substitute. Radius of the ring is r sin theta upon 2 into r square cos square theta plus r square sin square. Very technically, radius is r sin theta, x is r cos theta. That's okay, either way it is r square. Substitute I here and integrate. Theta value will go from 0 to pi. Theta value will go from 0 to pi.
Done, sir.
One second. I'll just be back in a second. Are you people able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Somebody is asking, can we use u is cube mu is angular momentum by 2m? That is for a dipole moment. Here magnetic field is asked. Maybe that was for the previous problem that he asked and I didn't see the chat. Tenth problem. A spherical shell of radius A carries a charge. I discussed the 10th right now, right?
So you did 9th right now.
Are in the 9th and 10th same?
Yes, appeared.
Yes, sir.
10th A bit and 9th are the same. Only in B bit he asks for the dipole. Now dipole moment is current into area. That should not be difficult, right?
Yes, sir.
Twelve. A uniform current of density J flows inside a infinite plate of thickness 2D parallel to its surface. Find the magnetic induction induced by this current as a function of the distance x from the median line of the plate. The magnetic permeability is assumed to be equal to unity both inside and outside the plate. Current density is given, flows inside infinite plate of thickness 2D parallel to its surface. Find the magnet induced by this current at a distance of x from the median plane of the plate. क्या हुआ है शायद? Here current density is given. infinite plate of thickness 2D parallel to its surface. Current I per 2D. नहीं, current per unit length होना चाहिए. We know the formula for in terms of lambda. Here, what will be the magnetic field? Mu naught J by 2. J is current per unit length. Am I reading the correct question? 12th question is a uniform current of density J flows inside an infinite plate of thickness 2D parallel to its surface. Am I
Yes.
reading the correct question?
Yes, sir.
Find the magnetic induction induced by this current as a function of distance x from the median plane of the plate. How do you term this median plane of the plate?
Oh, so that's the like the midway between the two edges or like the sides of the plate.
You
No,
mean
no.
the plate?
No, perpendicular to it. Yes, sir. That one.
This one?
Yes, sir.
As a distance of x. Okay, so he means inside and outside. Outside, you know the answer. Outside, you know the answer. No, I got-
So the J they've given is different from the J we have written for the
वो
form.
convert कर सकते हो यार.
Yes.
Right? Now listen. Inside, what does he want? Inside, assume a Gaussian surface like this at a distance of x. Now he gives this to be 2D. That means he gave this to be D and this to be D. This is x. Right? Now you want the magnetic field here. You know for sure that the magnetic field will be this way and this way. Same outside and inside. Right? If I have taken this to be of length L. Right? Closed integral P dot dl is mu naught. This is 2x, right? This is 2x. For 2D, if the current is I, for 2x, you know how to calculate the current. I by D into x. I by D into x. Right? For 2D, what will be the current? That into L. Did I get it right here? Not required, right? For 2D bit, I will have a current of I. For 2x, how much current will I have in this particular cross section? Is this correct? Or I should have taken volume.
Yes,
If I
it's
take
correct.
volume, I'll have to multiply numerator and denominator by L. Speak. Did you people get this unitary method?
Yes, sir.
If by chance I take volume, I'll have to multiply numerator and denominator. 2D into L carries the current of I. 2x into L carries the current of how much? Right? Or rather L square. 2x into L square. 2D into L square. 2x into L square. L square will either way get cancelled. Right? So B. Now have a look at it. This will give me plus DL. This will give me 2 times B DL. B DL will become L. The other two will become perpendicular. This is mu naught I by D into X. He gave you some density of current. Convert that and
Yes, sir.
place of I.
I by 2dl will be J.
Right. Somebody didn't see the 18th question properly. This was solved in the class. 200% I solved that. 18th question, if you people see, this is the wire and this is the wire. Are you able to recollect? This angle
Yes,
is
sir, you have done this.
I have done this in the class because I know you will have a problem with that. Class notes देख लिया करो यार. 18th question is done in the class. For that instance, even 17th question is done in the class.
So 16 to 20, all of them are done. Yep.
17th, didn't we calculate the force per unit length?
Yes,
We
sir.
considered a small element dx at a distance of x. किया है कि नहीं?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And incidentally, 17th and 18th are important questions. Even after doing it in the class, if you have a doubt, please go through the class notes once again. You need to know that. Did we forget that one? We just now did that one. 14, he plays with the mathematics of it. Every year I remember we have a trouble with this question. A very long straight solenoid, very long straight solenoid having an area of cross section of R and n turns per unit length. A direct current I flows through the solenoid. Suppose that x is the distance from end of a solenoid measured along the x-axis from end of the solenoid. X is the distance. Find the magnetic induction V on the axis at the distance of x. Draw an approximate plot of V versus the ratio of x by R. I want the magnetic induction at a distance of x. I will consider an element here, or do one thing. Consider an element. You want the magnetic induction at a distance of x, right? Consider an element. Call this distance as y, or call this as small r. I don't mind. This is dr. So what will this distance be? X minus small r. You're finding out the magnetic field. X is the distance from here. The reason for your confusion is generally we consider an element of thickness dx, and from that element we take the distance to be x. Here he decided the factor that x is from here. Hence, you people will have little bit of a confusion. But play with variables carefully, the job will be done easily. What is the radius? What is the radius? Capital R. Right? He wants the magnetic field here. This is dr and dr. Magnetic field here dp will be mu naught I r square into n dr divided by 2 into r square plus x minus r whole square whole to the power 3 by 2. This distance is x minus r. You have taken this as r. At a distance of r, you have considered an element of thickness dr. You are integrating with respect to r. Least value of r is 0. Maximum value of r is infinity. Why will maximum value of small r be infinity? You are taking a very long straight solenoid, right? So you took an element here at a distance of r, right? Did I give you the function?
Yes, sir, got it.
Second question, not fair. 22nd question, mu by L is Q by 2m. Do you know the angular momentum of a cone I into omega? Will I get mu?
Yes.
Say something.
Yes, sir.
Can I rub the board?
Sir, it's not relevant, but have you taught moving coil galvanometer any time in any lecture?
Today I have taught moving coil galvanometer in 3 years back. I generally cover that after EMI. Right. It is one of the paragraph questions in magnetism.
Yes, sir, and there was one in window as well.
Right. So I'll cover for you people also. Generally, I have this habit of covering it after EMI for reasons that I also don't know, ironically. Every year I think I'll change that and I keep forgetting. I have a very strange sequence fixed in my mind. I keep going with the sequence. Somewhere down the lane, I have a feeling I have OCD. You know what is OCD?
Obsessive compulsive disorder.
Obsessive compulsive disorder. Some sequence get established in your mind. You strictly follow the sequence of timetable.
So for that passage we can leave until you complete EMI, right?
Yeah. I'll cover moving coil galvanometer in the class that need to be taught. ऐसा नहीं कि वो छोड़ दी. ये EMI के बाद ना एक दो लेक्चर छोटे बहुत सारे चीज EMI में होते हैं. AC सर्क्यूट्स में NCERT में कुछ गंदे इंफॉर्मेशन दिए हुए, क्वालिटी फैक्टर, वो सब बस मेमोराइज करना है. उसके लिए एक दो लेक्चर्स we have to allow. We have no choice. 27 is a genuine doubt and a dirty question. A square loop of length 10 centimeters is mounted on an fixed insulating axis passing through the midpoints of a pair of opposite sides. This is the square loop. Once again, the reason for the trouble here is 3D geometry. This is the square loop. ऐसा कैसा draw किया यार? That means the square loop is perpendicular to the board. A very long straight conductor parallel to the axis and at a distance of 12 centimeters from its axis carries a current of 65 amperes. This is 65 amperes. When the coil is in the position in which its opposite sides are parallel to the axis, opposite sides are parallel to the axis, are equidistant from the long straight conductor. All you have to do is visualize this. Once again, 3D geometry. There's no physics in it. This is the loop. And this is the current carrying. So don't you think this axis and this axis are equidistant from this? Say something, yes or no. I'll give you the complete hint for this problem. How to solve this using 3D, but have a look at it. This is 65 amperes. And this is the square loop. Square loop means L is 0.1 meter. And what is the current in it? And this distance is 12 centimeters. Find the torque acting on it if there is a current of 78 amperes. This is 78 amperes. I don't know if the numbers are very properly given or not. I have never done this simplification till the last step. Right? When the coil is in the position in which the opposite sides are parallel to the axis. Ab suno, dhyan se suno. How do I visualize this? I'll see from the top. When I see from the top, how will I see this current carrying wire as 65 amperes? Do you agree with this? This distance will be 0.12 meters. This wire you are seeing from the top. You are seeing from the top. Will it be a dot or no? Hi Anna Bolo.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now look at this wire. You are seeing from the top. You are seeing from the top. This will be this way. Right? That means all of this I turn it towards you. This is what I showed you as 65. Now don't you think this will be the wire PQ? This will be the wire PQ.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right? This is one wire, this is one wire, this is one. Now first I will draw the wire PQ. Wire PQ I will draw. right? You are asking me the torque on it. You are asking me the torque on it. This is the wire this way. Fine. Because of this, can you find out the force on this particular element? If I draw circular rings this way, let us assume we have drawn circular rings this way, right? Here I will get a field in this direction. Here I will get a field in this direction. Can you tell me the force on this? This field I will resolve in this direction and it gives me zero force. Resolve in this direction. I into L cross B. L is in this direction, B is in this direction. So force on this part and
Sir,
this
L
part.
is in opposite direction, right? To the one you have drawn.
It's okay. Take any one direction. L is in this direction, upward direction. P to Q. Right? This is the magnetic field. Magnetic field is along minus I cap. L is along J cap. Will I be able to calculate the force on the upper part? Now this will have magnetic field this way and this direction. This magnetic field and current is in upward direction. Will the two forces cancel out or not?
Yes, sir, Kapil.
Right? So torque on this segment aa gaya.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, you will get the torque on the lower segment.
Yes, sir.
Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Now calculate the torque on
So won't they be equal and opposite?
multiply with 2.
So can you repeat?
The torques will get cancelled out.
Oh, yes, sir, due to the lower side.
PQRS. I never gave a thought to it. If they cancel out, you're lucky. This is PQ. Listen to his point. The student says PQ and RS, the torques will be equal and opposite, so they will get cancelled out. Maybe. I never simplified this problem till the last step. So there is every possibility he may be right. But then I am more keen on explaining this to you. Have a look at it. This segment you understood what is to be done. This segment, if they both cancel out, I'm more than happy. I have no issue with that. Now, listen to this segment. This is the wire. This is the wire. This segment, you have already done with this segment. Now you want to deal with this segment. This segment, don't you think is perpendicular to the board outwards?
Yes.
Now, here I'll draw a dot. I'm speaking about, say, SP, perpendicular to the board outwards. And here also I have got a wire perpendicular to the board outwards. This is 65 amperes. This is 78 amperes. This distance is given as 0.12. And how will you get this particular distance? This will be half of this. 0.1 by 2. So getting this distance will not be difficult. Right?
Yes.
Now I know the magnetic field. Because of this, I know the magnetic field here. You don't need to integrate. Because of this, you know the magnetic field here. I into L cross B. Integrate करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. This is a finite wire. Directions are not changing. Because of this, the magnetic field will be like this. Right? This will be the magnetic field. Agreed? Magnetic field is in the plane of the board. Current is perpendicular to the board. Angle between them is sin 90. Integrate करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. This is the wire. Magnetic field is in the plane of the board. The wire is perpendicular to the board. Angle I into L cross B. Angle between them is 90. Nothing is varying. So no integration. Directly you get the answer for force on this. Similarly, force on this.
So otherwise, you've directly calculated the value in the class, right? Force on two parallel wires.
But force on two parallel wires के लिए we have calculated for both infinite long wires. यहाँ एक finite है, एक infinite.
Also, but like We have found a force per unit length, right? Due to one bar on
Again, you
the
have to
other.
multiply with length. It is
So
as good as I
we'll,
into L cross B,
oh yes.
right? I repeat this logic. थोड़ा ध्यान से सुनिए. I have not done the simplification till the last step. I'm telling you how to solve it. Visualization of 3D is the pain. That's all. PQ wire is in the plane of the board. Visualization of this should be done this way. This wire I'm seeing from the top. So when you see from the top, this was this way. So I'll turn it this way. PQ, and this is the wire. So the magnetic field lines go this way. Here they cut like this, here they cut like this. How do you find out the force on them? The horizontal component of the magnetic field will exert a force, but not the vertical component. Why? Vertical component is along the wire. If magnetic field and current are in the same direction, no force. Here also the same logic. This magnetic field due to this wire, component in the direction of the wire, there is no force. Perpendicular to the direction of the wire, there is a force. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
So, calculation of the force here you have to integrate. We have done this 30 and 60 degrees problem which I have done. 30 and 60 kar diya. Here it is perpendicular bicycle. So you should be able to solve this. One of your classmates suggests force on PQ and RS. The torque on PQ and RS will cancel out. It seems they'll be equal and opposite. I never gave a thought to it. Once you know how to calculate, if they cancel out, we are more than happy. I am keen on you understanding the force on this particular wire. This particular wire will be perpendicular to the board outwards. This is also perpendicular to the board outwards. This will give me a magnetic field in this direction. No integration is involved here. Why? Angle is 90, constant. Magnetic field is in the plane of the board. Wire is perpendicular to the board. I into L cross B, as simple as it. लंबा है, थोड़ा गंदा है, मगर you should be able to solve. Exercise 4 beyond 27.
Sir, 34.
So question 30.
28 and 31. 28 and 31.
Sir, 39.
So 35.
33 also, sir.
So
28,
41.
once again, class notes, please.
So
Can I
could you
rub
add
this?
41 to question number 41?
1 second. Can I rub this?
Yes, sir.
Twenty-eight ka. Have we not done this in the class? Find out.
Oh, yes,
force on
so
it,
they've done this.
small r, capital R, torque on this, about this axis. Now, in the booklet, I think they have not told you about which axis. Find the moment of Ampere's force. Moment of force is torque. In class, I referred to it as torque. Here they create the confusion by calling it moment of force. Moment of Ampere's force means he's calculating, asking you to calculate the torque. 28, class notes, please. Thirty-three, didn't we calculate this in the class? In some batches, I keep forgetting to solve that. 33. Anyway. First of all, 30th question. 1 second. Let me finish 31st. First. It's quite easy. Coil of radius R carries a current of I1. Coil of radius R carries a current of I2. Another concentric coil of radius small r carries a current of I2. Planes of the two coils are mutually perpendicular. Now this is in the plane of the board. This is perpendicular to the plane of the board. This is that. This is what is given. Both the coils are free to rotate about a common diameter. They are free to rotate about a common diameter. Now listen. One circular coil. Which question am I discussing?
31.
31. One circular coil is in this plane. Dipole moment is towards you. Magnetic field is towards you. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
The
sir.
other coil is in this plane. Dipole moment is like this. Magnetic field is like this.
Yes, sir.
So this plane, this loop will give me a magnetic field in this direction. And this dipole moment mu of this will be I2 into pi small r squared, will tend to align in the direction of the magnetic field of the outer loop.
Yes, sir.
But the outer loop is not fixed. The outer loop is not fixed. Agreed? When you are turning the inner loop was like this. When the inner loop is turning this way, if the outer loop was fixed, then the inner loop will come this way. Dipole moment will align in the direction of magnetic field of the outer loop. Do you all agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Now what's happening is, even the outer loop is rotating. So by the time the inner loop orients by this angle, outer loop will reach that particular direction. Outer loop also tries to align in that particular direction. Mu of the inner loop and B of the outer loop should align in the same direction. So outer loop is also not fixed. So now what you say is I1 omega 1 is equal to I2 omega 2. First of all, they are rotating about the axis. I1 is m r square omega 1 should be equal to m capital R square omega 2. I am assuming both of the same mass.
Oh, no,
Am I
sir.
right?
Capital M and small M.
My bad. Then this is capital M R. This is my first equation. Second equation. Loss in potential energy. Loss in potential energy is gain in kinetic energy. Loss in potential energy, U initial minus U final. Kinetic energy final minus kinetic energy initial. U initial is minus
So
of
0.
mu dot B. This is angle is 90 degree. So this will become 0. Minus of U final minus mu dot B should be equal to half I1 omega 1 square plus half I2 omega 2 square. Now remember, I1 and I2 about the axis of the ring is mr square by 2, not mr square. The ring is not rotating about an axis perpendicular. It is rotating about an axis passing through the plane of the ring. So I1 and I2 are mr square by 2. Keep that in your mind. Right? Now mu I know is pi 2 into pi r square. Magnetic field because of the outer ring. Magnetic field here will be mu naught I1 by 2r. And angle is, once they have turned, it will be this into cos 0. I1 is small m r square by 2. I2 is capital M r square by 2. Two equations and two variables, omega 1 and omega 2.
Sir, sir, my doubt is कि I did the exact same thing except for वो energy conservation वाला equation where I calculated potential energy by taking magnetic field due to the larger ring, नहीं, magnetic field due to smaller ring and dipole moment due to larger ring. उधर से I'm getting.
Don't. You're committing a mistake. You know why?
No, sir.
Because of the smaller ring. Smaller ring के वजह से magnetic field lines are like this. अब larger ring is like this. अब यहाँ का magnetic field ले रहे हो. Because of the smaller ring, you took the magnetic field at the center. ऐसा बाहर यहाँ भी magnetic field है, यहाँ भी है, यहाँ भी है, यहाँ भी है. तो reverse में आपने कैसे apply कर दिया यार? Reverse में I use the approximation small r is much lesser than capital R. Because of the outer ring, at the center I took the magnetic field. That will be the same all throughout this ring. Why? You gave the approximation small r is much lesser than capital.
Yes, I got it.
You get the point?
Yes,
That
sir.
approximation is mainly given for this. But overall, अगर आप लोग ध्यान से देखेंगे, these problems are developed and designed in Kota. People from Kota are confined to 11th, 12th syllabus. They don't go one step ahead. For you people, did I deal with Feynman's paradox?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Magnetic field carries angular momentum. ऐसा conserve नहीं कर सकते. Problem is these questions are designed in Kota. So they are good at mechanics. So they will deal with everything in terms of mechanics. This is not a standard question available in any standard book. That's why, first of all, I insist that you people solve HCV, Halliday-Resnick. These problems are not given there. They are problems for the sake of problems. But even if by chance JEE people will not commit such mistakes, because they teach in the first year conservation of angular momentum, magnetic field is carrying momentum. अब यहाँ आपने angular momentum conserve कर दिया, magnetic field का angular momentum क्या हुआ? Account for किया है आपने? We don't know. हो भी सकता है कि it is same on both sides which got cancelled out. I am not telling you that this is 100% wrong, but neither I am telling you this is 100% right. You get my point?
Yes.
So JEE people will not play with this. A test series may they keep coming. These questions are designed and developed in Kota School of Laboratories, not proper research papers. So the standard books will never not give you such type of questions. And neither are you in a position to calculate the momentum and angular momentum of the magnetic field and conserve it. अगर वो दोनों cancel हो गए, तो I'm happy about it. I have no issues. But you cannot leave it to ambiguity that by chance, let us hope that it gets conserved, right? Science doesn't go that way. You should be definite. Brian says to avoid simplification, we simply distribute in ratio of opposite isomorph. Yes, that's a smart move actually. Right, you can do that. No, I'm not following a proper sequence, but it's okay. Listen, 34 is a typical theoretical question from Heredov. I showed you one small book, Basic Laws of Electromagnetism by Heredov. In that, he described this as a solved exam. But it's okay, have a look at it. A small current carrying wire loop is located at a distance of r from a long straight conductor with current I. This is long straight conductor with current I. Here a direction of forces he asks, which will be slightly deceptive for you people. Smartest way, this is what Illo himself does. Look at what he does. Right, a magnetic moment of the loop is equal to Pm. Find the magnitude and direction of the force applied to the loop if the vector Pm is parallel to the conductor. That means this is the dipole moment. Parallel to the conductor means this is south, this is north, this is Pm. Here उसने loop बोला, आपने bar magnet draw किया. Not fair, no यार. Bar magnet and loop are identical for us. Now, if I draw a bar magnet, you can visualize it easily, hence I have drawn this. Now, magnetic field because of this is perpendicularly inverse. Because of this, I'll use blue color. Magnetic field because of this is perpendicularly inverse. Here also it is perpendicularly inverse because of this value. North pole X, this is a bar magnet. This is a bar magnet. Dipole moment. North pole experiences a force in the direction of magnetic field. South pole experiences a force opposite to the direction of magnetic field. So what is happening to the dipole? Dipole is rotating this way, which I can visualize. How will you visualize here? Iska magnetic field is perpendicular to the board inwards. Dipole will align in the direction of the magnetic field. So this will have a force in this direction, rather torque. And this torque is due to a couple. This torque is due to a couple. So what is the net force on this?
Net force is 0.
Net force is 0. But it will have a torque to align in the direction of the magnetic field. The bar magnet, if placed, will tend to align perpendicular to the magnetic field this way. Are you able to visualize the first part?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? He is asking magnitude and direction of the force vector when you have placed parallel to the conductor. He is oriented along the radius of the conductor. Radius means this one. If it is placed this way, north, south. Now here observe carefully. Your dipole moment is in this direction. So this is north, this is south. Because of the wire, here magnetic field is inverse. Here also magnetic field is inverse, but both will not be the same. Distance is increasing by dr. Both the magnetic fields will not be the same. Force on the south pole will be greater than the force on the north pole.
Yes, sir.
Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Force on the south pole will be greater than the force on the north pole. So force on the south pole experiences the force opposite to the direction of the field. South pole experiences a force opposite to the direction of the field. North pole experiences a force in the direction of the field. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
So this will have a net force and you will be able to decide the direction on it. Third, coincides in a direction. By the way, magnitude of the force कैसा calculate करेंगे आप? Mu dot B को differentiate करोगे du by dr. क्या करोगे? Mu dot B को differentiate करोगे du by dr. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Third, coincides in direction with the magnetic field produced by the current at a point where the loop is located. Coincides in direction. Dipole moment. Now, the bar magnet goes inwards this way. Bar magnets coincides with the direction of the magnetic field. How do I show you this 3 dimension? The bar magnet, this is the bar magnet. Coincides with the direction of the magnetic field. It is perpendicular to the board inwards at this point. Right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Now visualize carefully. I'll show you a bar magnet of this type. I am the live wire, infinite long wire. This is the bar magnet kept this way. Agreed? Now, because of me, the magnetic lines of force will go circular with me as the axis. So here magnetic field will go this way. Here magnetic field will come this way. It's a circle, right? South pole experiences a force opposite to the direction of the magnetic field. North pole experiences a force in the direction of the magnetic field. So both the forces will be this way. Because magnetic field direction is changing. Both the forces will be this way. Their horizontal components cancel out. Vertical components will add up. The dipole will tend to have a force towards me. The dipole will tend to have a force towards me, towards the infinite long wire. Are all the three conditions clear? Directions समझ में आए कि नहीं? The biggest problem you'll have is visualizing the direction. Direction के लिए simple way. Dipole moment replaced with a bar magnet. Now south pole experiences a force in the direction of the field. North pole experiences a force opposite to the direction of the field. How do you want me to get the magnitude of the force? Force will be minus du by dr. U is equal to minus P dot B. Mu dot B. Mu dot B. Here he called it PM or something of that sort.
So can you please tell the last subpart direction of forces?
This is the bar magnet
Yes, sir.
and the infinite long wire.
Yes, sir.
So magnetic field lines are going around me. Here they will go this way. Here they will come this way. It's a circle.
Yes, sir.
Now this way, this is the south pole. South pole experiences force opposite to the direction of the field. That means the force will be this way.
Yes, sir.
North pole experiences a force in the direction of the field. Force will be this way.
Yes, sir. So vertical components will cancel out and then it will be towards you.
Net force will
Okay, sir. Got it, sir.
be 3D.
So
Huh.
So in the part B, won't potential energy be zero because mu and B are having an angle of 90 degree?
And we have done this. If you remember, this is VR. Under those circumstances, find the force on this, force on this. Do you recollect we did this in electrostatics, R and dr?
Yes, sir.
We did that, I know, but then over here we can use torque, right? Like we can find mu cross B is equal to okay, no, that one works. Sorry, because the forces aren't
You
equal.
have to find out the force dF, right? Small m into magnetic
Yes,
field here.
I'll do it.
So why won't torque work?
R cross F. Cross product and F, how will you calculate? How do you get the torque in the first place? Mu cross B.
Oh,
That
yes,
will
sir.
be the function of theta.
So cross product will be 1, right? So theta won't come there because angle is 90 degrees. So
Yes,
sin
sir.
theta will be 1.
And then R will divide by the length of the bar magnet because torque due to couple. So F into the length, the distance between the two forces is the torque.
Torque you want to put as mu cross B and equate it to force into perpendicular distance.
Yes.
Perpendicular distance you want to take it as R.
dr.
R, no?
Perpendicular
That will be
distance.
Torque.
no, but the distance will be
Perpendicular
the
distance from the
distance between the
force,
two
no?
forces, right? So the length of the bar magnet.
So length of the bar magnet. And how will you eliminate that then?
Okay,
So
now got
R
it.
cross F may it's the R is the distance from the axis, right? So it will be R only, no? Not dr. We're calculating the torque about the infinite line, right? Or
It is a mere coincidence that you will get the answer. You know why? Because that is torque due to a couple. So torque about any axis will be the same.
yes, sir.
Right? You are not supposed to take that. Torque is about the axis passing through the center of the dipole only. But yet you are taking about the current carrying wire and getting the answer because there is torque due to a couple.
So will this method be valid?
Should be valid.
So it's not a couple, right? Because the force on the North Pole and the force on the South Pole are slightly different. Like not exactly different, but not exactly same, but they're slightly different, right? Because
Yeah,
like
in the
dr
second
distance.
case, what she says is right. Better don't. It is not a couple. The force here and force here are not the same. Do it the way we solved it traditionally in electrostatics. Two dipoles, one perpendicular dipole, one this dipole we have done. Do you recollect?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You will be safe with that. Because you introduce dr, elimination of dr will be difficult. Take torque about this axis and you get for a couple it will apply, but the two forces here are not the same.
Sir, if we like here you have replaced it with a magnet, but actually it was a loop, right? And that loop will be like perpendicular into the board and out of the board like that. So that is at the same distance from the axis now. So it won't be like thoda,
Direction of force कैसा specified होगी? Zero आएगा.
so
If you make a loop, that means according to you, then the force on any of these three will should be zero. Consider a bar magnet, तभी तो direction of force आएगा. Direction of force तभी ही समझ में आएगा. If you consider a bar magnet.
okay, sir.
What am I doing? Let us solve the 30th. Once again, 33rd I didn't solve in the classes.
No, sir. It wasn't.
It's an important question. I have to discuss this. Once again, listen to the 33rd. This is initially a rectangular loop. Now we draw with red line. You have a magnetic field perpendicular. You have a magnetic field perpendicular this way. This angle is theta. Density of the wire is given. Right. Current is coming inwards this way. It comes this way. It comes this way, and it goes out this way. Peridov is asking you in this question, find the magnetic induction if on passing a current I 16 amperes through the wire, the latter deflects by an angle of 20 degree. Theta is given as 20 degree. Right? Now this is the magnetic field in the upward direction. This is the magnetic field in the upward direction. This wire, I am showing it this way. Are you okay with that? This is the magnetic field. Current is going downwards. This is the magnetic field. This magnetic field will have a component this way and this way. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
This direction magnetic field, will it produce any force on that wire?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now this direction magnetic field, will it produce a force?
Yes, sir.
Yes. B is like this. See the directions carefully. The marker is the magnetic field, my forefinger. Middle finger is the current. Right. Thumb is the magnetic field. Middle finger is the current. Sorry, forefinger is the magnetic field. Middle finger is the current. Thumb is the direction of the force. FBI. Are you able to visualize this?
Yes, sir.
So thumb is giving you the force on this wire. In what direction is that force? That force is in this direction. BIL. Same applies to this BIL. Now this will be mg in this direction. This will be mg in this direction. This will be mg in this direction. On this wire. Now look at this wire. Look at this wire. This tilted this way. Magnetic field is vertically upwards. Magnetic field is vertically upwards. Right? FBI. Do you get this force?
Yes, sir.
So it will come perpendicular to the wire this way. This will be BIL. Now these both will not produce any torque about this axis. This force and this force are cancelling out each other. About this axis, there is no question of producing force. mg and mg will produce clockwise torque. This will give me anti-clockwise torque. Equate both of them. This mg is acting at L by 2. mg into L by 2 sin theta. mg into L by 2 sin theta. Here mg into L sin theta. mg into L by 2 sin theta. mg into L by 2 sin theta. Here mg into L sin theta. Are you listening to me carefully? That will balance out the torque due to BIL. BIL will give me anti-clockwise torque. That will give me clockwise torque. BIL will give me anti-clockwise torque. mg will give me clockwise torque. And if I am right, mass is not given directly for that. Area of cross section density is given. If I am right, see the question properly. Is the mass of that rod given? It would be BIL into cos theta. L cos
So
theta.
neither the mass nor the density is given. Only
Correct.
the area of cross section is given.
Area of cross section into length into rho g. This mg into L by 2 sin theta into 2. Right? Why I took L by 2 sin theta? Because this mg will act at center of less this is anti-clockwise torque, that is clockwise torque. A L rho G L sin theta. This will be torque due to this mg is here. Torque due to these both mg's is here. Torque due to BIL is here. Equate both, you get the answer. This is an important question which I deal with in the class. I must have forgotten in your batch. Here, why didn't you take mu cross B? Mu cross B, you should have equated it to mg. The loop is not complete here. The loop is not complete. If the loop is complete, you will equate mu cross B to mg into that particular L sin theta or whatever it is. Is this what you are telling me? Yes. If magnetic field is constant, magnetic field is uniform, and if the loop is closed, I know mu cross B is the torque. Equate it to mg into that particular. We have done also similar problems. If you recollect, this is the ring. When it just starts tipping off, this was mu, this was magnetic field. Mu cross B is equal to mg into r. Kiya hai ki nahi?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now read the 30th question. Now read the 30th question. 30.
Yes, sir, it's similar. We can do it with mu cross B.
Mu cross B equated to the torque due to mg about that axis called XYZ axis. Only thing, always I remember students have a confusion with 30 degrees and 60 degrees there. Mu cross B means angle between mu and B lena hai. They gave you the angle between the plane of the loop and YZ plane. So see that I think the angle should not be 30, it will be 60. When you take mu cross, angle between mu and B will turn out to be 60. Is vaguely what I remember having discussed last year. But observe the angles carefully. That should not be difficult.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So for 33rd question, can we not complete the loop by superposition principle?
How will you?
सर ऊपर हम लोग वायर अज्यूम कर लेंगे ना जिसमें करंट पास हो रहा है इन ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन.
हाँ, और इक्वल एंड ऑपोजिट लोगे तो ऑपोजिट कैसा वर्क होगा? एक और लूप लेना पड़ेगा.
सर नहीं, हमने वो क्यूब वाला प्रॉब्लम किया था ना क्लास में जहाँ पे फॉर फाइंडिंग, वैसे हम लोग एक वायर अज्यूम कर लेंगे ऊपर एंड उसमें.
तब वहां जब एज्यूम किया इक्वल एंड ऑपोजिट एज्यूम किया सो दैट नेट इन दैट ब्रांच रिमेन्स सी.
हाँ सर, मैं भी वही बोल रहा हूँ. बाद में हम लोग लूप कंप्लीट कर लेंगे एंड बाद में वी गेट अ सेपरेट वायर विच लाइज ऑन द एक्सिस एंड उस पे तो टॉर्क वैसे भी जीरो होगा. तो टेक्निकली we have completed the loop by superposition principle. मतलब we can still use mu cross b in this question, right?
I understood what you want to say because you are taking torque about that axis.
Yes, yes, sir.
That way that wire will not contribute to any force. You never do it that way. Just try. See if you are getting the answer. I'm not sure.
Yes, sir, I got the answer. That's why I was confirming.
Did you people understand what he said?
So we have in a way done mu cross B only, right? BIL into L cos theta is mu cross B.
Did you people understand what he said? I asked.
Yes,
One
sir.
of them.
Yes, sir.
What he did was he closed this. Opposite direction current लेने की जरूरत भी नहीं पड़ी उसको. क्यों? Because he took the torque also about that axis. He took the torque about. We are also taking torque about the same axis. So what he did is that equal and opposite currents ले लिया है. नहीं, एक के वजह से the loop is complete. Mu cross भी ले लिया. दूसरे के वजह से torque लेना है अभी. And that he avoided because that is passing through the same axis. Right? Can I rub the board?
Yes.
33 also. 35. Somebody read out the question loud.
Find the interaction force of two coils with magnetic moment. P1m is equal to 4 milliampere meter square and P2m 6 milliampere meter square. If the separation between the coils is equal to 20 centimeters, which exceeds considerably their linear dimensions.
And he wants the force between them. Right? Force between two bar magnets पूछ रहा है. Force between two bar magnets. 35. I don't understand your doubt here. Mu naught by 4 pi 6 times m1 m2 by r to the power 4. Can we not apply this formula? We can always apply till when m1 and m2 are
So,
constant.
but orientation of the dipole moments is also matters, right? They haven't
Naturally, here they
mentioned
gave the
anything
same
about that.
direction, right?
Nothing is mentioned. So.
Separation between the coils is L. Separation between the coils is L means obviously the coils are like this. This is mu1, this is mu. Separation between the coils. At most I'll give you mu1 in the opposite direction. Right? 35th, is it clear? I think there was a comment in the last few people's voice. No, are you people able to hear me?
Yes.
35th, done. $39. Beam of equally charged particles after accelerating through a voltage V enters into a magnetic field E as shown in the figure. It is found that all the particles hit plane between C and D. All the particles hit the plane between C and D. Find the ratio of between the masses of the heaviest and the lightest particles. Hey, in one case, R is equal to L by 2. Am I right? In one case, R is equal to L by 2, mv by b. In another case, R is L by L plus d by 2, L plus d by 2. This will be mv by b. Now, q1 by m1, q2 by m2. Did he give any other information? Equally charged particles, q1, q2 nikal. This is m1 and m2. This is m1, this is m2. V is the velocity with which the particles are entering in, not the potential. Now, R being accelerated through a potential V enters the magnetic field. That means all the particles are not entering with the same velocity. They are entering with the same kinetic energy. ध्यान से सुनिए. Silly सी चीज है मगर important. This step, did you all understand?
Yes.
This is no big deal. But the problem is this is momentum of the first particle, P1 by BQ. This is momentum, P2 by BQ. Now, all of them have the same kinetic energy, but not velocity. Entering, this will be V1, this will be V2. The particles are entering with different velocity. By Q into V, what is V? Potential difference. All the particles have the same charge, accelerated through the same potential difference, will have the same kinetic energy. This will be half m1 v1 square and half m2 v2 square. This v1 and v2 are velocities, right? They are accelerated through the same potential difference. Matlab they have the same kinetic energy. This will be p1 square by 2m1. This will be p2 square by 2m2. Now you know what next need to be done. This is equal to Q into V. P1 will be 2m1 QV. Substitute here with a root. 2m2 QV. Substitute here with a root. Ratio of their masses. आएगा कि नहीं?
Sir.
What if first we dealt with this in the class? In a slightly different way. We asked, what is the time after which velocity will become 2 times? What if first का आंसर क्या दिया? अरे नहीं, we have to calculate 41st. 41st we'll calculate this independently. I, J, K, all three we'll have to calculate. J will become a bit easy. Can you remind me, 41st I'll take up in the class itself. Everybody need to understand that I didn't cover that in the class. 41st question, can you remind me? I'll take it up in the class.
Yes, sir.
When is our next lecture?
Tomorrow.
When is the next lecture?
Tomorrow.
Okay, great. Remind me about that. I'll finish off 41st in the class. Okay. Now exercise 3. Exercise 3 mein there are 2 things that cyclotron I explained to you people.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So comprehension 2 you might have done. Comprehension 1 will be pending. Comprehension 3 generally they ask that as a doubt. It's okay. Not a big deal. Next doubt lecture, these doubts will be over. Magnetism ka, I have sent you an assignment, right? Okay, EMI ka doubts be pending. Now listen, tomorrow I have a class with the 3-year students at 9:45. Their syllabus is over and I'm taking up HCV doubts of EMI. For you people, HCV homework is given up to 62.
No, sir. 91.
Okay, so I can send you the recording of that. Have you people attempted EMI?
So not completely, like half full stop.
तुम हाफ बोल रहे हो, बाकी लोगों ने अटेम्प्ट नहीं किया अभी तक. चलो देखते हैं. Why in a hurry? Pick up time. See you people in tomorrow's class.
Sir, I had a small doubt in EMI from that Walter Loon's lecture, which he had shown.
Bolo, bolo,
Sir,
bolo.
can you draw that diagram once?
With battery, without battery.
So with that solenoid. Yes, sir. Sir, if we consider middle loop, so
Yes, sir.
there, yes, sir. So there we claim that integral E dot dl is equal to 10 volt. And we justified that by taking dl in that direction and electric field in that direction.
Hmm.
But sir, while calculating of individual segments, so with that resistor, we only showed the potential difference, and the wires without resistance, we showed that there is no potential drop.
Technically, whenever we draw resistance, we take resistances of whole of the wire and show it in one place. Suppose I have a connecting wire, I have a battery like this, and I show you I have a resistance R. मतलब only यहाँ पर resistance है नहीं. Resistance is all throughout this, but all of them are in series. Every small element का resistance I put it here as an. पूरा wire का resistance is this and this.
Because sir, I was thinking that the wires without resistance, there also electric field is there, and there also DL is there. Still, we
Every piece will have a resistance. So every piece ka potential, if you add up only, it will come. Now that way, I'll tell you one more thing. Now take your argument one more step. अब voltmeter का reading बता रहे हो.
yes, sir.
मतलब are you telling me the EMF across this or across whole of this wire? I am telling you technically across whole of this wire. E dot dl for whole of this wire is 6 volts or 4 volts, whatever it is. Right?
Yes.
So it is not that voltmeter is an idealized way of telling you that E dot dl from here till here is this particular wire.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Hello, sir.
See you people in tomorrow's class. Good day.
So I have a doubt. Can I ask right now?
Bolo.
So in the 34B part, I think we can do it by talk. So can I tell what I was thinking in there? What I tried out?
34th B part.
Yes, sir.
Bolo.
So like if we make a small loop, so on each, it will have two sides, right? One is inward and one is outward slightly.
The R is in the plane of the board. 34th B mean, 34th B mean, if this is a wire, this
Yes,
is
sir.
mu, right? This is R.
So if we see the right side semicircle, so that will have a force in the left direction, which is decreasing as we move upward. And for the behind side, it will have a force in the right direction, which is decreasing as we go upward and downward near the extremes. So like all of these forces will give a torque in the same direction about the central axis, right?
You are taking, this is the loop.
Yeah.
This is the dipole moment. You are taking this semicircle.
Yeah.
This semicircle. On this, you want to visualize Magnetic field because of this will turn this way and it will come back this way.
And all the forces will be decreasing towards the top part. So, and they produce a torque in the same direction. So it will be like summation of F into R is equal to the torque. So say
I'm
directly we
not
can.
comfortable the visualizing it that way. I'm more comfortable following Irido's method of visualizing a bar magnet. But I think what you say, P, if it's you're comfortable with that, you can use it. Nothing wrong in what you say.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
So I have one general doubt. If there's an Amperian loop and current is passing in the plane of the loop, how will we apply Ampere's law, like B dot dl?
If this is an Amperian loop circular and current is entering in and leaving makes sense. If it is in the plane of the loop, integral B dot dl will be 0. If this is the loop and the current is passing this way, it's not passing through this, right? So B dot dl will be 0.
Okay, so and so one more doubt I had. In Halliday-Resnick crane, they have said that non-conservative fields, no, forces that are dependent on their velocities, usually that means that the field is non-conservative. What exactly does it mean there?
V cross B. Now in electrostatics, if you see, it's independent of velocity, Q into E.
Yes, sir.
Here it is Q into V cross B. So it is a general observation, not that it gives you a proof of conservative and non-conservative. It is a general observation.
Okay, so but then also, how exactly are we saying it's like magnetic field is non-conservative? Because like the work done by magnetic field, whatever be the path is 0, and B dot dl we can't apply. Right?
Integral B dot dl for a magnetic field is mu naught I. Not always 0. Go do the second time 2 times mu naught I. Third time 3 times mu naught I. If it is conservative, integral B dot dl in a closed loop should always be.
Yes, sir, but we were saying that because work done by like the work done E dot dl was work done, and E dot dl is adding up along the same path, and here that's not happening because the work done is not B dot dl.
Take a unit north pole, integral B dot dl, closed integral is work done. M into B dot dl. M is the dipole, M is the unit north pole.
Okay, sir.
You don't have a unit north pole is a different issue, but hypothetically, if you take a unit north pole round the current carrying wire, every time I complete a circle, work done will be increasing by mu naught I.
Yes, sir. Got it. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Sir, I had a doubt in that aluminum rod experiment. So can I ask it now?
Bolo.
Sir, in that experiment, you dropped the magnet in the aluminum rod. So magnetic field was generated vertically upwards. So force on the magnet will be vertically upwards, right? Sir, but the magnet will also generate a magnetic field and the rod will behave as a current carrying wire. So according to that, the force is coming in the XY plane. I mean, in the area of
Magnetic field is producing magnetic flux through that loop.
Sir, but magnetic
magnet is falling this way. It is producing a magnetic field like this.
Yes.
Right? That is what is producing magnetic flux in this. That magnetic flux opposes the bar magnet.
Yes, sir. I am talking that the magnetic field due to the magnet is generated vertically downwards, right?
Right.
Yes, and the current is generated in the coil. So the force is along the area of cross section on the rod. The force on the rod.
Even if there is a force on it, I am holding it, right?
Sir, but the rod is applying a force on the magnet in the vertically upward direction, and the magnet is applying a force on it in the plane of area of cross section. So how is it possible?
Bar magnet is applying a force on
the rod in the plane of the area of crossing and the circular in the plane of the circular part of the rod.
bar magnet is applying a force on the rod in the plane of area of cross section.
The rod in the plane of the circular part of the rod. Sir, but the rod is applying a force on the magnet in the vertically upward direction, and the magnet is applying a force on it in the plane of area of cross section. So how is it possible?
bar magnet is applying a force on don't understand what you want
Sir,
to say. Somebody help me out, tell me what he's saying.
Sir, I'm telling that.
You mean to say action and reaction is not working out here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You didn't attend our lecture of Feynman's paradox.
Sir, I attended that due to
So what did we decide there?
the forces are not due to the force is due to the field produced, but I didn't get that.
Action and reaction should be applied on the two fields, not on the bar magnet and this rod.
Okay, sir.
Action and reaction should be applied on the two fields, not on the bar magnet and the rod.
Okay, sir.
So see you people tomorrow. Good day, rather sorry, good night. Bye. Thank you.